Back to the grind with the only free MMA channel that fucking matters, full-time MMA. And Nick Diaz is facing a possible 2-year suspension. That's the maximum for his latest USADA violation. Nick Diaz did not get busted for PEDs or marijuana. Instead, his USADA violation is for failing to reveal his location on multiple occasions. If you're unaware, UFC fighters have an app on their phone. There's an app they can access where they're supposed to fill out their exact location for the next 3 months for their random drug testing. So if the drug tester shows up to that location, you're supposed to be there so they can test you. If you're not there, that's a strike. 3 strikes and you're out. You get a suspension. It counts as pretty much failing a test. Even though he didn't fail a test, he gets the strike. Now, this is what Brett Okamoto stated with ESPN. Any athlete who fails to do so 3 or more times in a 12-month period is subject to a suspension ranging anywhere from 6 months to 2 years. The thing about Nick Diaz is he hasn't been active at all, honestly. He was released from a USADA suspension early, about 1.5 to 2 years ago, and has not fought one time since then. So I'm wondering how they're going to determine whether it's 6 months or 2 years. Since UFC's big business now, it might lean towards 6 months if they can help at all, because he is a star. If they can schedule him a fight, they might try and help him. But if not, if the UFC doesn't want to work with Nick Diaz, he could easily get the maximum of 2 years. I mean, he hasn't been. Dana White already came out and said he doesn't think Nick Diaz is ever going to fight again because this is a young man's game and you have to be hungry. So that's what it is here, man. We'll see more. Nick Diaz hasn't came out and officially responded to this USADA suspension yet, but the UFC has provided a statement. They said USADA, the independent administrator of the UFC anti-doping policy, will handle the results management and appropriate education of Diaz's case, who has been previously suspended pending the final resolution of this matter. So it's looking like it's all in USADA's hands, and since he's been previously suspended, as the UFC said in their statement, he might get the max 2-year suspension. That might be the end of Nick Diaz's career unless he comes back as an older fighter who hasn't fought in a long time, which I don't see happening. So Nick Diaz, man, we might have seen the last of Nick Diaz in the cage. I'm not sure, man. We'll see. I don't know what else to say. Fuck it. It is what it is. Let the hitters know what the fuck you think about this shit in the comments, dude.